something they can find out themselves and come to ask the
Use Casio scientific calculators to create interactive classes that can build critical thinking skills.
Yeah, students are a lot more collaborative. They talk a lot more amongst it themselves. Before it used to be very individualized. Now that they all have the same scientific calculator, now that they've all been sharing, they talk about life in general. So they now start making friendships from the math class and they're enjoying themselves. So in math class, it's not, we have to go there and I have to do math work. Now I get to go to math class and I get to learn something new.
Calculating made easy. Problem solving made fun. Casio Scientific Calculator Series.
My name is Peter Rosalita. $1 if you win this.
Is that it?
balcony.
Why didn't it work for a moment?
Forgery.
Where's the real one? I want it. No. Oiga, hermano Sinisa, ¿no? Hermano Sinisa, Pepe López, Ricardo Herrera. You speak English? Cuidado, se va a ir ahí. Cuidado. Espacio, que es más bruto. Aguanta.
Good morning, everyone. Magandang umaga po sa lahat, especially to my fellow educators, both from
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
both from public and private schools in Northern Mindanao. I understand that this is a region-wide activity for all public and private junior and senior high school teachers. I believe that our participants this morning are coming from the different divisions of Northern Mindanao. And I am fervently hoping that these 14 divisions are well represented now. A while ago, I read some chats from Valencia, Bukidnon, and El Salvador, and from the other divisions through the Zoom chat panel. Thank you very much. Of course, we should not proceed yet to the training proper without acknowledging the precious presence of our DepEd leaders. Isang napakagandang umaga po sa ating napakagaling na pinuno sa Region 10, our Regional Director Arturo P. Bayocot, along with his powerhouse team in DepEd Region 10. And we also have here the Assistant Regional Director, ARD Victor G. De Gracia Jr. Good morning as well to the schools division superintendents of all the regional divisions with the strong support of their teams in their respective division office. Special mention to the host division, which is Misamis Oriental, the division I am in actually, led by SDS Jonathan S. De La Peña with the ASDS Nympha R. Lago and the EPS in Mathematics, EPS Giants Kakayan. And I should not forget to mention also in acknowledgement of their avid partnership with DepEd Region 10, the Casio Education headed by Sir Joel Serrano. Once again, isang napakagandang umaga po sa lahat. Today, we will be empowered by Casio Education through this webinar titled Technology Empowered Activities for Mathematics. And later on, we will be listening and at the same time learning from our knowledgeable Casio technical teachers.
Recording in progress.
Teachers. So without stalling you any further, let us ask our God Almighty for His abundant blessings of guidance and understanding, which will be followed with the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Still can't find the answer anywhere. Fighting off the lie that no one cares. For anyone who's out there losing hope, feeling you're forsaken and alone, clinging to the last strands of your rope. May God give you eyes to see He's still greater, courage to rise and believe He's able. May God be your peace in the fire you're walking through. This is my prayer now. This is my prayer for you. For all of those with tired and weary souls, still have faith to ask for miracles, choosing to believe He's in control. May God give you eyes to see He's still greater, courage to rise and believe He's able. May God be your peace in the fire you're walking through. This is my prayer now. This is my prayer. May your eyes be ever on the Lord, your helper. May you find your refuge in the Lord, your shelter. May you find Him closer than a brother all your days, all of your days. And may your eyes be ever on the Lord, your helper. May you find your refuge in the Lord, your shelter. May you find Him closer than a brother all your days, all of your days. May God give you eyes to see He's still greater, courage to rise and believe He's able. May God be your peace in the fire you're walking through. This is my prayer now. This is my prayer for you. For you.
mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, ewas na silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Lupang pinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisikin, sa nagtatapulong sa simoy at sa langit ang pagaw, ay tinatang tulang awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang lang matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iindig, ang isuwi na kaya kailan ang ay di magtitindig. Luman ang araw ng walang pagsingkap, buhay langit sa piling ko. Ang hindi kaya ng may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Thank you very much, Misamis Oriental IT Department led by Engineer Pedijun Dilig for facilitating the playing of APPs. Actually, we're live in 2 platforms now. For those pre-registered participants through the link provided in the regional memorandum, they are with us in Zoom actually, while those who do not and cannot access this Zoom virtual room are watching us live on Facebook through the official page of Region 10. Saying so, I would like to request those watching us live on FB to use a comment box and type in your name along with your school, the district, and the division that you are in. I believe that many have done it already. And for those who have not yet, allow us to acknowledge your presence on this virtual platform. So same goes to my fellow math teachers here in Zoom to type in your name, the school you're from, and the district and the division that you are in para din po ma-acknowledge natin ang presence niyo sa Zoom. So to proceed, friends, to give us her opening remarks, please help me welcome the Assistant Schools Division Superintendent of Misamis Oriental, ASDS, Nimpa Arlago.
My warmest greetings to the beloved stakeholders in our department, to our DepEd Region 10 Director Arturo Bayocot, Misamis Oriental Division Superintendent Dr. Jonathan de la Peña, educators and mentors, local government officials, ladies and gentlemen, maayong buntag, good morning, Philippines. As I welcome you all, I am pleased to say that we are fortunate. DepEd Division Misamis Oriental Secondary Mathematics teachers, in partnership with the CASU Education Philippines, initiated this convergence and invited both public and private secondary mathematics teachers of Region 10 to participate in this free of charge webinar titled Technology-Empowered Activities for Mathematics team via Facebook Live. Hopefully, in the near future, a few months from now, this project will be extended to our students for them to become peer tutors in their own classrooms, considering that we are also developing and empowering our school learners' collaborative skills and technology communication skills by maximizing and optimizing the use of technological and digital resources as an approach or strategy. When I read the project topics, I find it very timely, fun, and liberating for our learners, especially during this distant learning platform. Finally, I'd like to thank the Curriculum Implementation Division of the Division of Misamis Oriental for bridging this very relevant and timely initiative with our partner CASU Education Philippines. Once more, welcome, congratulations, and savor the experience in this webinar.
Thank you very much, ASDS Lago of the Division of Misamis Oriental, for your heartwarming opening remarks. At the moment, we have 64 live viewers on Facebook, but I believe that that number can still significantly go up. And to do that, please share the live stream on your FB wall, or even contact your fellow mathematics teachers in secondary, or even those non-mathematics teachers who are willing and interested to learn through this webinar training. This is actually open for all. Wala pong bayad ito apparently, kaya po sayang talaga if we miss this kind of activity. Now, we shall not let this day pass without hearing the inspirational message of the school's division superintendent of the Division of Misamis Oriental. Everyone, please help me welcome SDS Jonathan S. De La Peña.
Good morning, everyone, especially to our public and private secondary mathematics teachers of the Department of Education, Region 10. It is my utmost gratitude to welcome you to this event, Technology-Empowered Activities for Mathematics, or TEAM, by Casio Philippines and the Department of Education. Thank you for your attendance, despite of the many other priorities today. Your presence is a manifestation that you truly care about your work and your learners. This training will include various interactive activities to make mathematics teaching both fun and successful for our teacher participants. The prepared game-like task will cover lessons for numerous senior high school math classes. The gamification of lessons is an important aspect in teaching. It is an innovation to hook students to learn, since most of our learners and students are already into games. As teachers, we have to be innovative and can take inspiration from Casio Computer Company's founder himself, Tadao Casio. Tadao Casio has his humble beginning. He began with nothing, but he was a hardworking, persistent, and innovative person. Like teachers, we need to be innovative in teaching and resourceful also. As a Japanese, he preferred domestic products over the imported ones. The Japanese, this is a characteristic of them. They work for the benefit of their country, not for themselves alone. His love for his country is reflected in his love for work. He achieved his accomplishments because of his hard work, perseverance, and he chose well-organized team of professionals. It is like working in a school where teachers teach students with love and are resilient to unlikely situations like this COVID-19 pandemic that we are experiencing now. Are you one of the well-organized teachers in your school? If yes, then you will always give huge impact to the community and to the country. Tadao Casio successfully entered into contracts with an investor to finance and expand his electronic products. It is like a school wherein teachers and stakeholders help with schools' needs. Luckily, Casio Philippines, our partner in education, a subsidiary of Casio Computer Company, founded by Tadao Casio, is providing us with this free training. And I am very glad about this training because it is an indication that we have shifted from just knowledge acquisition to knowledge creation. With this training, we'll be able to help our teachers be more innovative and creative, especially in making instructional materials that are digital for our learners, to make teaching and learning more exciting, thrilling, and more captivating to our learners. Thank you, Casio Philippines, for helping us. Thank you, Joel Serrano, Regine May Isquela, Gabriel Vargas II, and to our mathematics supervisors, Giants Kakaya. Thank you for facilitating this event. So I wish you a wonderful day, exciting adventure ahead of you with this training on technology-empowered activities for mathematics, or TEAM, by Casio Philippines. Mabuhay po kayong lahat.
Thank you very much, SDS De La Peña, for enlightening us more on this activity this morning and for inspiring us math teachers to continue going on with our passion and commitment to teach our learners even in the presence of pandemic. Muli, maraming salamat po. I am humbly requesting everyone to check the Zoom chat panel for the attendance link. And this link will also be posted in the live stream post. So please fill out the online attendance form. Again, the attendance link is already sent to the Zoom chat box as well as in the live stream post. We are really desiring that majority of the entire population, if not of the junior and senior mathematics teachers in the region, will be reached by this webinar today. Sayang po kasi. So before we proceed to the training proper, let us know first the session guidelines of our activity. And to do it, may I call Sir Ronald L. Ignacio from Taguluan National High School, Division of Misamis Oriental.
Did you audio?
Sir Ronald?
Hello, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Am I loud and clear, sir? Sir?
Yes, sir. We can hear you, sir.
In spite of this surprise for me of this part, I would like to clarify, sir, because this is the first time I heard the program. May I know what's my part, sir?
Yes, sir. You will be talking about the session guidelines today that will guide us all participants this morning. But anyway, sir. Okay.
As I was in, good morning to everyone, especially to our dynamic and energetic superintendent, Sir Dan, and to Sir Giants Kakayan, and to you, sir, as host of this program, and to my fellow teachers and the DepEd family, Misamis Oriental, and others. We are informed to join this Casio is sponsored training workshop for the application integration of technology in our mathematics lesson. I hope everyone is now ready for this workshop. Nowadays, the teaching method is very much superior nowadays because of the latest technology that is being discovered and being produced by our genius scientists and mathematicians to make this imparting of education very effective. Okay, regarding this workshop, I hope everyone is already prepared and will participate whatever given instructions by our facilitators. Please keep in touch, and this seminar is more on very technical, not very technical, because we will be informed. We are going to explore technically the integration, the application of technology in our teaching. I hope everyone is prepared. As per observation from the past years, the calculators are set aside by teachers because we focus only on the more on classroom activities, blackboard, chalkboard student activity, and this technology is a must for all of us teachers. Be ready, be attentive, and let us follow the guidelines and rules of this workshop. Thank you and good morning to everyone. Sir?
Thank you very much, Sir Ignacio. True po, sir, na nakalimutan na po natin ang calculator because of the computers that we have nowadays. Pero at the same time, we forget that it is still very helpful nowadays. So hope that our participants have already downloaded the Casio emulator application through the link provided in the memorandum. Before moving on, I would like to acknowledge our regional EPS in mathematics, EPS Marino Dal. Good morning po, sir. If you have questions along the way later, you may send your questions to Zoom chat panel. And for those on FB, you may do the same in the comment section. And our speakers will try their very best to answer all your questions. But for those here in Zoom, you may unmute your microphone. I think the microphones of the participants are not locked. I mean, not disabled. And that will be after the discussion of the speakers. Prior to our activity this morning, the participants were instructed to download the Casio emulator app, which link is indicated in the regional memorandum. Apparently, that application will be used during the session. I hope that you all have downloaded the application. And please keep yourself muted unless you are invited to speak. Then chat box will be utilized and browsers will be used for different activities like Kahoot. So later we will have fun. At the same time, we will be learning from our discussants. Then, of course, we have to follow the instructions for each activity. And during the presentations, participants may write clarification questions to the speakers in the chat box. And if you're permitted by the speakers to unmute your microphones, then you can do it. And of course, let us participate actively and let us enjoy the whole morning of this activity. So to formally introduce our trainer speakers this morning, please help me welcome the EPS in Math in the division of Misamis Oriental, EPS Giants Cagayan.
Good morning, Region 10 Secondary Mathematics teachers. I would like to introduce to you the head of Casio Education Philippines, Mr. Joel Cirano, together with Gabriel Vargas II. He is a master teacher of Tinajeros National High School, Malabon City. He graduated cum laude from Philippine Normal University, Manila, with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Mathematics for Teachers. He also completed his academic requirements for his Masters of Arts degree in Education with specialization in Mathematics Education in the same university. He is one of the national awardees of 2019 Ambassador Antonio Cabangon Chua Gintong Parangal para sa Edukasyon, a regional awardee for 2018 MTAP DepEd NCR Exemplary Mathematics Teacher, and a 2018 Natatanging Guro sa Sekundarya Awardee of Schools Division Office of Malabon City, a person who focuses his work on different teaching strategies in a mathematics classroom, Mr. Gabriel Vargas II, with Ma'am Regine May Esquilia. She is a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics for Teachers, alumna of Philippine Normal University. Presently, she is a Master of Arts in Teaching Mathematics student of Eulogio Amang Rodriguez Institute of Science and Technology and is a teacher in Ninoy Aquino Senior High School, Division of Malabon City. Let us all welcome our regional demonstration teacher for statistics and practical research, Ma'am Regine May Esquilia. Good morning.
Hello po, pleasant morning to all. Am I loud and clear po?
Yes po, sir. We can clearly hear you, sir.
Good morning po. I am Gabriel Vargas II. I'm one of your teacher trainers for Casio team for today. Ma'am Reg?
Maayong buntag, Northern Mindanao. We are very happy to finally launch and bring Casio team to Mindanao, and we know teachers, you're also tired for one whole week, but we are very happy that you are here with us this morning. We hope that you will enjoy our training and you will also get some strategies or ideas we can make our different math classes interactive and fun without compromising learning, of course. We'll still hit those learning costs. We'll just add twist and an element of fun with that. Right? So we will be requesting Mr. Vargas to please share the presentation. As well as the emulator that we're gonna have. Okay, by the way, we will also, if you get templates, if you think the activities that we will present will be useful for you, or it will also be good to utilize it with your respective classes. Later, we will collect your email addresses so that we can share different templates, editable templates for you to utilize with your respective classes. So once again, this is Casio Team, Technology Empowered Activities for Mathematics. We will be hitting for various mathematics classes covering from junior high school to senior high school through different interactive activities or just game-like tasks as we label it. So we prepared 6 activities for you this morning. Let's see what are those activities through our next slide. So first we'll play Dalgona. If you've heard or if you've watched Squid Game. Also, we will be having Domino. That's also a popular activity for us. We'll do Bingo, Destination, Case Close, and Kahoot. So we're gonna share with you different activities, but we will be requesting you for this session to somehow act like our students. So while we are conducting the activities, you will respond to us like how our students should respond to their teachers. So with the role playing line for this one. So let's start with the first activity, which is Dalgona. Like what I said, this is actually inspired by a Korean series. So if you watch Squid Game, you'll be very popular with the icons that you are seeing on your screen. We will utilize those icons to give a twist to the typical multiple choice style of asking questions to our learners. So without further ado, let's start Dalgona. Let's start with the first question. So for question number 1, which of the following icons best describe your current mood? We will be utilizing the icons or the symbols in the Dalgona activity and Squid Game to represent our options. So if you are feeling great, please reply or share respond which corresponds to a circle. If not so good, please respond with a star or star. If you are so inspired today, please respond with a triangle. And if you are too tired, please respond with an umbrella. And then you can use the icons or the waiting for your responses. Okay, so again, you can reply with a circle, a star, a triangle, or an umbrella. Let me check also the responses from our Facebook Live. I'm seeing circle responses. It's good that you are feeling great. Some are not so good. I hope you can rest after this training and recharge your energy para sa isang panibagong week na naman next week. Some are so inspired. Feeling love po ba yan? Alright. It's good that sabi yung energy ng mga teachers sa Region 10. Walang tired. Okay, we hope we can really meet in person, but due to the restriction we're having webinar meeting, in the future we can have physical trainings. Okay, so majority are feeling great today. We are hoping that you can maintain that momentum and that feeling all throughout the training. All right, so let us proceed with question number 2. Of course, we'll have mathematics right now, but this is just a simple thing to solve for teachers like you. So please solve for 7/11 plus 1/3 minus 2 all over 4/7 minus 3. If you think your answer is 13/33, or if the correct answer is 13/33, please respond with a circle. If you think it's 14/33, please respond with a star. If it is negative 13/33, please respond with a triangle. And if you think the correct answer is negative 14/33, please respond with an umbrella. For those who are joining us via Facebook Live, you can also share po your answers via comment section of the Facebook Live. So we are also seeing circle responses there for the first question. How about this one? I can see star responses. Some are even blinking stars. So I think you are all agreeing that the answer for this one is actually 14/33. Let us solve this item all together using our ClassWiz emulator. By the way, for the ClassWiz emulator, you can see 3 parts. The first one is the calculator proper. It's very similar to the physical model of the ClassWiz that we have. The one in the middle is actually the display screen. It's just the bigger version of the calculator screen. And the last part is the key log, where you can see the sequence of the keys that we will be pressing, because we will be introducing a lot of features later for you. Okay, so let's see if it's really 14/33. What's good about the current scientific calculators is that it's really, we can already use or encode how we see it on the textbook or on the test papers, unlike before that we still have one like this. Okay, so 7/11 will have fraction over fraction, plus 1/3 minus 2 again, so that's 7/11 plus 1/3 minus 2 all over 4/7 minus 3. By the way, later on, we will be sharing with you different real-life experiences on how we utilize it with our respective classes. It's also okay if you want to respond with the appropriate values if you're having difficulty using the icons. Okay, so pressing equal sign, we will get a value of 14 over 33. So the correct answer is actually A star, 14 over 33. Let's move forward with question number 3. Which of the following values is not part of the solution for 3x squared plus x minus 2 is less than or equal? Please respond with a circle. Is it 2? Please respond with a star. If you think the answer is negative 1, please respond with a triangle. Or if your answer is 0, please respond with an umbrella. It's not part of the solution. For 3x squared plus x minus 2 is less than or equal to 0. By the way, this activity is very flexible because it's just the typical multiple choice questions. Instead of asking them to respond with, allow them to respond using emoticons. We can also utilize it using the messenger feature. Like you pose a question and then if the answer is let's say is 3x squared plus x minus 2 is less than or equal to 0. They can like if it's a function, heart if it's an equation, or put happy or haha emoji if it's an inequality. So we can somehow twist and turn this kind of activities using the different platforms that we have. Because this is very flexi. It's just like a multiple choice, but you put different view, different looks for it. I can see star responses also in the Google Meet. Sorry, in the Zoom chat, by the way, okay. So allow us to share with you. I know you can solve this manually, but how about if we use technology or specifically our calculator softwares? So press menu that's near the on button, and then there you can see different major functions of our calculators. So you have calculate, you can have matrix also over there, table and ratio. But for this one, we will be using the inequality function of our calculators. So pressing that one, you can type D or you just enter if you've reached the inequality feature. Okay, so pressing equal sign, we will choose the degree. So since the highest exponent is 2, we will choose 2. And then we will look for the given relationship of inequality. So it's less than or equal to, meaning we will choose number 4. Press number 4, equal sign, and then we will just encode the numerical coefficients. So we have 3, equal sign. And then 1, equal sign, and then negative 2, equal sign. Pressing another equal sign, we will get the solution of this inequality. So definitely you have less than or equal to there, meaning negative 1 and positive 2/3 are part of the solution. 0 is included in that range of values. Therefore, the correct answer is 2, or it is a star. 2 is not part of the solution. For 3x squared plus x minus 2 is less than or equal to 0. Moving forward to question number 4, we will have this one. This time we will be solving for evaluation of functions. Given that f of x is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 2, and g of x is equal to 5x cubed minus 11x minus 13, what are the values of f of 4 and g of negative 2 respectively? If you think it's negative 29 and 30, please respond with a circle. If it's positive 29 and negative 30, please respond with a star. If it's negative 30 and positive 30 triangle, and if you think the answer is positive 30 and negative 31, please respond with the umbrella, with an umbrella. Again, for those who are joining us via Facebook Live, you can also share your answers in the chat section or in the comment section of the meeting. But here in Zoom, I can see umbrella responses in the chat section. So meaning you think the value of f of 4 is positive 30 and g of negative 2 is negative 31. Okay, so let's use our emulator to really determine if the correct answer is positive 30 and negative 31. So we will be using the table function of our calculator. So let's go to menu again so that we can solve it at the same time. We can evaluate f of 4 and f of negative 2 at the same time. So you can just drag using the arrow or use the arrow keys, or you press menu then number 9. Of course, we can use different, but here it's programmed to have f of x and g of x. So pressing equal sign, we will just encode the value of f of x, which is x squared plus 3x plus 2. Again, that's x squared plus 3x plus 2. And then, press equal sign to encode g of x.
Mag-behave ang had diha sa kilid. Dili maglihok-lihok. 1, 2, 3, go.
May we request other participants to please first the training proper. So again, g of x is equal to 11x minus 13. And then we will have this display screen. So the start or the lowest value for the value of x or your variable. So here that's negative 2. And for the end, we will have positive 4. For this step, it's just like the skip count. So we'll have 2 because negative 2, 0, 2, and 4. We will be solving for that. Or you can actually go directly from negative 2 to 4. But let us show you the other values using step 2. So when we press 2 and then equal sign, we will already see a table of values. So the table of values look like this one. So for the value of f of positive 4, that's the second column, last row. So that's positive 30. And for the g of negative 2, that's first row of the last column. So negative 31. If you can utilize it to get other values, I mean, to save time, you can utilize your calculator software. By the way, the emulator that you downloaded is actually good for 90 days. That's the trial version. So again, the correct answer is positive 30 and negative 31. Thank you so much for those who are responding both here in Zoom and even in Facebook Live. Let us move forward to question number 5. Solve for x when 14 is to 2.5 is equal to 112 is to x. So this item falls under the lesson for ratio and proportion. If you think the answer is 20, please respond with a circle. If you think it's 15, please respond with a star. If it's 10, please respond with a triangle. Or if you think it's 5, reply with an umbrella. I can see circle responses over there. Let us allow to share our screen again. We stopped sharing for a while. So again, solve for x when 14 is to 2.5 is equal to 112 is to x. If you think the answer is 20, please respond with a circle. If it's 15, please respond with a star. If you think it's 10, please respond with a triangle. And 5, please respond with an umbrella. Okay, let's use the specific function of our calculator. So let's look for that in the menu section. So press menu, and then we'll have letter C, or let's just run through using the arrow keys. And then there you go, you have ratio. Press equal sign and look for a similar pattern. Okay. So here, the x is on the last value position. So we will choose number 2. And then we will just encode 14 equal sign. And then 2.5 equal sign. We also have 112 equal sign. And if we press one more equal sign, we will get a value of 20. Okay, so the correct answer is actually a circle. Let's move to question number 6. How about this one? If you are teaching in senior high school, this might be very familiar with you. This is the formula for compounding continuously in general mathematics for the second quarter. So using the formula F is equal to E raised to IT, solve for the value of the final amount, or F, if P or the principal is actually 20,000, I is equal to 0.03, and T is equal to 6 years. Do you think the answer is 23,940.35? Please respond with a circle. If you think it's 22,940.35, please respond with a star. If you think it's 5, please respond with a triangle. And if you think it's 23,994.35, please respond with an umbrella. Please round off your answers to final answer to 2 decimal places. It's actually just evaluation or substitution of the values. So for P, you will replace it with 20,000. I is 0.03 and T for 6 years. We also have the constant E or Euler. I can see triangle response in the Zoom section, chat section of the Zoom meeting. So meaning your answer is 23,944.25. I hope you can follow the discussion specifically on the utilization of calculator. This is actually good for us when checking different activities. So, of course, even if we're given ready-made worksheets or modules, we still need to solve for the items or even solve again, okay? Or check the given answer keys or double check it actually just to be sure, or if ever our students will have questions, we can easily address it also. So, let's see if it's really 23,944.35. We'll just use the main calculation. So it's just the first function in the menu. We're already there. So we'll encode 20,000 times E. We have 2 E's for E there. But we will be using, we can have alpha and then the times 10 raised to x E. Or we can use the one with ln or natural logarithm. It's in the on column. So for here, we need exponent. So let's choose the shift function, the yellow one. So we will be using the function in ln. Or you can also use the one in alpha, but you have to put exponent. but we will multiply, and then we will multiply 0.03 times 6, pressing equal sign. That would actually give us $944.35. That's the correct answer. Okay, question number 7. Here we will be solving systems of linear equation. We'll be looking for the values of x and y. Solve for the solution of 11x plus 4y is equal to 5 and 3x minus 2y is equal to 11. If you think the value of x is 27 and y is negative 53, please respond with a circle. If you think the value of x is negative 27 and the value of y is negative 53 over 70, please reply with a star. And if you think the value of x is 27 over 17 and the value of y is negative 53 over 17, please respond with a triangle. Or if you think the value of x is negative 27 over 17 and the value of y is negative 53, please respond with an umbrella. I can see triangle responses in the Zoom chat, meaning the value of x for you is, you think the correct answer or the values for x is 27 over 17 and 3. Normally, we use substitution or elimination method, but to save time, we can use our calculator to do this one. So let's go to menu. And then we will look for the function equation feature of our calculator. So you can use again the arrow keys. Okay, so all right, so we choose the equation or function feature of our calculators, and then we will have simultaneous equations. And then we will be solving for two unknown values such as x and y. So let's press 2 once again. And then we will just encode the numerical coefficient. Just make sure that they are having the same format. So here we have 11 equals sign, then 4 equals sign, then 5 equals sign for our first equation. And for the second equation, we can have 3 equals sign, negative 2. Again, don't use the subtraction symbol. Please use the negative and positive 11. And then if we press equal sign, we can already get the value of x, which is 27 over 17. And pressing another equal sign, we'll get the value of y, which is negative 53 over 17. So great job for those who answered triangle. That's really the correct answer. Let's move on to question number 8, which is about prime factorization. So what is the prime factorization of 2020? Is it 1010 times 2? Please respond with a circle. Is it 202 times 5 times 2? Please respond with a star. If you think the correct answer is 2 times 2 times 5 times 101, please respond with a triangle. And if you think it's 2 times 5 times 5 times 101, please respond with an umbrella. Normally, we are doing the 3 technique, right? So we are expanding the different factors until we reach prime factors. But using technology, we can solve this very fast. So we just have I can see triangle responses in the chat section. We can just encode 2020 in our calculator and press it. So 2020 equals sign, and then you can see a fact word there. It's printed in yellow, so we'll be using the shift function, and it's above the degree, minutes, and function of our calculator. So access that fact, meaning factorization feature of our calculator. So there you go. We have 2 squared, or 2 times 2 times 5. Thank you also for those who are answering in the comment section of the FB Live. And we also appreciate the participation in the chat section of this Zoom meeting. Let's move forward to question number 9. I know this is not very common that we teach it to our learners, but it's still part of mathematics, and it's overlapping with ICT because this one is about binary. What is the decimal value conversion of 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1? So in binary, they only have 0 and 1. Do you think it's 725? Please respond with a circle. Actually, 726. Please respond with a star. If you think it's actual triangle, and if you think the correct answer is 728, please respond with an umbrella. Again, what is the decimal value conversion of 101, 1010111? If you can recall, for math majors, we've discussed this under number theory. Okay, so let's wait for the responses first. Triangle, you think it's 727? Some are really math majors. Instead of using the typical triangle emoticons, they're using a triangle ruler. Okay, so let's check if the correct answer is really 727. We will be using the base and function of our calculators. So let's go to menu and then choose the base and function, which is actually found in number 3. So press equal sign. And then you can see there if it's in decimal, hexagonal, binary, or octagonal value. So since the given is in binary, we will position first it in binary by pressing the logarithm key in our calculator directly. So you can see it's in blueprint. It's okay to not press shift or alpha because we already indicated it in the main section. So we just press logarithm key, and then it will already see that the function is in binary, meaning the given is in binary format. So we will encode 101, 101, 0111. And then we will press the equal sign. It's still the same. But to convert it in decimal format, we just press this, the one printed in blue. So that would be the x squared key in the calculator for the main keys. And there you go. We already get 720. That's the correct conversion of 101, 1010111. Great job. You have the correct answer also. So let us proceed with the last question for this up is actually this one. So what is the value in pascals of 2 atm or atmospheric pressure? Is it 202,470, please respond with a circle. If you think it should be 202,650, please respond with a star. And if you think it's actually 206,250, please reply with a triangle or an umbrella if your answer is 206,430. This is actually a science-related problem that we can also utilize, right? So since we are having interdisciplinary connections or cross different learning curriculum when we do this. I can see our responses in the is 202,650. Yes, 1 ATM is 101,325. We can use or we can solve this one using two functions. It's either the constant function or the conversion function. Let us first use the constant function. So we will press shift the number 7 to get constant. So in our class with calculator, we have different constants programmed already in the calculator. This one is under adopted values. So just scroll down and then you can see their ATM. So press 1 and then number 2 for ATM. But since we're looking for 2 ATM, we will just press 2 first before pressing equal sign. Therefore, the correct answer is 202,650. That's in Pascal's already. But what if I chose the conversion function? We can get the same answer also. So let's clear first the screen. And then I will go with shift number 8 for the conversion function. Since 2 ATM is actually 2 atmospheric pressure, you can convert a lot of categories there: length, area, volume, mass, velocity, pressure, energy, power, and temperature. But we'll have pressure, so press number 2. And then we have number 1, ATM to PA, or atmospheric pressure to pascals. Pressing 2 before the ATM word, and then equal sign, we will get the same answer, which is actually 202,650. So that's the correct conversion. All right. I hope you enjoyed the activity. You can follow with the features. And now we will proceed with the second activity that we prepared for you this morning, which is actually domino. Sir Gab?
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Reg. Thank you for that activity that instead of using a multiple choice ABCDs that we are used to, we are referring to another way of another liberating way for our students to be related to the concepts with those choices regarding Dalgona. So our next activity will be about domino. So when we say domino, this is just a traditional game where the tiles are connected. And am I loud and clear, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. When the tiles are connected for A and B, and then from that one, we will have those connections based on mathematical concepts. So what will be that mathematical concepts that we will be integrating in the usual way of playing dominoes? So that is using the concept of what we call as quadratic equations and their corresponding roots. Okay, so later we will try to find out that beside determining the roots of the quadratic equations that are given to you, we will also try to extend or explore this particular topic by having some applications or some features of Casio Classwiz that you think will not be possible for some of you, but later on we will present it to you. So we have 7 domino tiles here. So probably we will have first what we called as the tile. So from here, we will have this. So we have the red tile, we have the violet tile, we have the green tile, we have the yellow tile, we have the pink tile, we have the blue tile, and we have the orange tile. So let's not try to solve yet. Based on observation, which tile should come first? Yes, Sir James Ray Saladares, orange or the start? Yes, Sir JP, that is correct. So we will have first the start tile. So we will put this in the upper portion. Okay. So for us to connect the start tile to another tile, or to be particular, the B side or the side B of the orange tile to the side A of another tile, we will try to find out the roots of the quadratic equation x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0. How will we do that using our Casio emulator? So some are already answering yellow tile. Yes, Christine. Yes, Vanessa. Ma'am Vanessa Palarao, yellow. Ma'am Elna Teves, yellow. Okay. I think they can do that mentally. But as students, how will we assist them in solving for the roots using our calculators? Remember, it is not always the process that we are talking about when we talk about mathematical literacy, but also how we will incorporate the calculators and other technologies in forming mathematical literacy. That's what matters more in this time of learning. So here, we will just press menu, and then we will have the navigation keys. We will just press down, another down, and then going to the right until we go to A, or for the equation and function menu. In that case now, we will just press equals. Since we are dealing with the polynomial actually, so we will just press 2. So quadratic equations, that is what we are talking about. So we will just select 2 again. So press 2. And then we will just input, we will just encode the numerical coefficients, or just simply the coefficients of the quadratic equation. So we will just press 1 equals 1 equals. Again, don't use the minus sign for this one. We will just use negative here. That is above the STO key. So that is the negative 12 equals. So upon pressing that one, we determined that one of the roots of the equation is 3. Upon pressing equal sign again, the other roots of the quadratic equation is 4. Let's take a look at this. Aside from getting the factors, or the roots rather, we can have another information based on our calculator. Okay? Thank you, Sir James Ray Saladares, for giving the instruction in the chat panel. So we also have the minimum value, which is x is at negative 1/2 and y is at negative 49/4. So what does that mean? How will we ask our students? Yes, that's correct. Ma'am Stephanie Lanzaderas. Those are the coordinates of the vertex. If we are talking about the coordinates of the vertex, and we are talking about the minimum value, what will be the opening of the graph of the quadratic equation x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0? Yes, ma'am. There's Avin Omar. That is correct. Sir JP, ma'am. Yes, Sir Jomar Gomez. Upward. What if our students tell us, how can we believe that it really opens upward? So this is another feature of the calculator. Let us go back to one of the roots of the quadratic equation. So one of the roots is 3. Okay? One of the roots is 3. Yes, Sir Jomar, value of A. But sometimes our students, aside from the value of A, they really want to see that it really opens upward. So we will give it to them using the calculator. So in that case now, if we have one of the roots as 3, we have now OPTN. So we have those equations. We will just have, go back first, shift rather. So we will go back to that one. Okay, so we have now X, shift QR code rather. Let us start with this one. So again, we have polynomial here. We have 2. We have 1 equals 1 equals negative 12. So in that case now, one of the roots is 3. So we will just have shift OPTN. So what did you see or what can you see in the screen? Anyone? A QR code, yes. For those who are using their cell phones, you may have your cell phone scan that QR code. But for those who have their emulators with them, we can just press this white part here. Okay. As we press that one, we will give you another helpful options for this one to be presented to the students. Okay, and we now go to the Casio WES, or the Worldwide Education Service. So this is another feature of the offering of the Casio calculators to you. With just having your Casio emulators or the Casio handheld calculators, by just providing those particular QR codes, we can go to this one. So notice that in the input-output window, so we have here the first root as 3 and the second root as negative 4, and the minimum value at x is negative 1/2, and the minimum value at y is negative 49/4. So here is the graph of that one. So actually, we can show here that the graph or the roots are actually the points of the graph that intersects the x-axis. Or we can say that they are the x-intercepts. Okay? So by that one, we can also explore this by moving it down, up, and then also by scrolling our mouse, we can zoom it in and zoom it out. So with this particular case, we can now have a particular concept building activity for our students. So we go back now with this one. So again, your answers are correct. So the answer here is 0. Or the zeros are negative 4, 3, or the yellow tile. Okay, I think the teachers from Region 10 are very fast. So what will be the next tile following this one? So that is pink. Okay, let us try to check. So we will try to put pink here. So we will have now 2. So we have now, encode the coefficients, we have 2 equals negative 1 equals negative 6 equals. Okay, one of the roots is 2 and the other is negative 3/2. Great work, teachers. You are correct. What will be the next one? I think you already know how to use the feature, so let us have it a little faster. Okay. I think there are conflicting answers here. Some answered blue, some answered pink. I think there is a need for us to check this one. Okay, so we have menu again equals polynomial 2. Is it really blue or green? So we are choosing between the blue tile or the green tile. So we now have 6, because we have 6x squared plus 5x plus 1 equals 0. So we have now 6 equals, we have now 5 equals 1 equals So 1 root is negative 1/3. I think we already know the answer. And the other one is negative 1/2. So that is now the green tile. That is correct. That's okay, Sir Bautista. Okay, what will be the next tile? Okay, let us try to check. Oh, there are still conflicting answers here. Some answered blue, some answered green. Or should I say red? Okay, I think there is a need for us to check this one. So again, equals. We have 2 for the polynomials and then 2. So we have now, here we have now 4x squared plus 8x plus 3. Okay, I think we are one now with our answers, and that will be blue. But let us still try to check that one. So we have that as 4 equals 8 equals 3 equals. So we have now negative 1/2. Oh, the blue tile and the red tile both have negative 1/2 as a root. So the next one will be crucial. And that is negative 3/2. So I think the correct answer is blue. You're correct. Okay. Do we need to solve the other 2 tiles? I think we have a clue there that the violet tile will be the next one. Right? Or should I say the last one? So what will be the tile next to blue? Okay, that will be red. And then that will be violet. So again, we have already played the domino tiles, incorporated with the roots of the quadratic equations with their graphs, and extending the concepts using the QR code feature of the ClassWiz is either emulator or the calculator's FX991EX. I think, or I hope that this activity will be one that will be good, not only for just solving the roots, but also for introducing and making our students see the complete feature of a calculator as it assists their learning. With that one, we will go now to the next activity. Ma'am Reg?
Thank you so much, Sir Vargas. Like what I mentioned earlier, some of these activities are actually being performed in our classes. Even before pandemic po, the activities that you can see except destination, because it's a newly created activity for this project. Most of them are being used in our classes po talaga. But we trimmed down we or twisted the instructions. So basically you can this activity is also somehow flexible for me, since I'm handling senior high school. I'm using this actually to introduce laws and properties of logarithm. So the tiles include, the domino tiles are actually composing or includes items about logarithmic value, and then they have to press using their calculators. And then from there, we will get the concepts, or what are the observations, the formats, what are the laws that might be derived from it. So that strategy can also be useful for this activity. Okay, let's move forward to our next activity, which is actually bingo. Naglaro na po pa ng bingo. May I see a virtual raise of hands. Yung raise hands po natin dito sa Zoom, kung nakapaglaro na kayo ng bingo. Ayan, medyo marami. This is also a very flexible activity because you can use a lot of topics for bingo. You can see it as we go on the discussion. A lot of topics and even branches of mathematics are covered in this activity. So the typical bingo card, let's show the next slide please, is similar to this one. So 1 to 15 for letter B, 16 to 30 until we reach 75. But of course, hindi lang tayo babala ng typical na number to get the value, but we will also utilize the different concepts in mathematics. So for this activity, our pattern will be horizontal. 5 values horizontally positioned or aligned. So it can be on the first column. So click lang po natin. Let's show them the pattern. Okay, or the second row, third, fourth, or fifth row. So kahit alin po doon, pwede kayong buminggo. Okay, so first, you will choose the color of your cards. We have 6 cards here. You only choose one. And then later on, you will just write in the chat section the word bingo, kapag bingo na kayo, as well as the color of your card. So example, bingo pink, or bingo blue, bingo violet, or bingo red. Later kapag bumingo na po kayo. Okay? But we will solve first. So let's have the next slide first. I hope nakapili na po kayo. Maybe take a screenshot of the cards. Sige, let's go back na lang po muna, sorry, with the slide containing the cards. Then teachers, you can choose the card that you prefer. Ano yung napupulsuhan nyo? Yan. You can either share it in the chat section or on the Zoom meeting or in the comment section of the Facebook Live. And take a screenshot of that one. So, pili lang po kayo ng one card. Ano tingin nyo yung winning card? Okay, a lot are choosing yellow. We also have green, those who chose green. Red, purple, pink. Parang walang pumili ng blue. Ayan, meron na. Okay. So, that's it. Again, please take a screenshot of your card, yung chosen color niya lang po. And then we will solve different items to get different values. So when we solve items, the answers to the questions that will be posted will be the numbers that you can cross out in your bingo cards. Okay? Let's Okay, so first question. Consider the function f of x is equal to 12 times x minus 2. We will be solving for the value for f of 3, f of 4, f of 5, f of 6, and f of 7. So from this item, we can already cross out 5 numbers. If that's seen on your card. Okay. I think you've seen this function. We've used this function earlier. We will be using the table function of our calculator. So let's go to the menu function first, and then we will look for the table function, which is actually number 9. And then we will encode f of x, which is 12. Open parentheses, x minus 2, close parentheses. We don't have value for g of x, or we are only solving for one function, so just skip that one by pressing equal. And then we will start with number 3 and end with number 7.
Yes. Tama.
Again, we are requesting our dear participants to please mute your microphone. Okay, and then we will press equal sign. We can already see the table of values. So we have 12, 24, 36, 48, and 60. Meaning, if you have those numbers on your cards, 12, 24, 36, 48, and 60, pakitantosan na po yan. Please cross that out. Okay, meron na ba agad pumuro? Item number 1 pa lang, puro na, no? Okay, let's have question number 2. Okay. Ayan, for those po na hindi nakahabol kanina, we hope you can still select the cards. Let's have question number 2. The solution set to the inequality 1 over 4x squared plus 18x plus 320 is less than or equal to 0. Is of the 4, A is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to b, or the values is actually from A to B. What are the absolute values of A and B? Can anyone solve? We've already used the inequality function of our calculator earlier. What do you think are the values or absolute values of A and B? If you already have the answer, please share it in the chat section of this Zoom meeting. Again, we will be using the inequality function of our calculator for this one, similar to the function that we used earlier with our Dalgona activity. Correct. Very good, Ma'am Angeli. That's actually 32 and 40. So let's use it. Let's use our emulator to really show that the correct answer is 40 and 32. If you have those values in your card, you can already cross it out. So we will go to the inequality function, and then the relationship then, the degree is 2, and the relationship is less than or equal to. So that's similar to the one that we had earlier. That's number 4 also. Encoding the numerical coefficients such as 1/4, so 1, and then fraction, 4 equal sign. Automatic na siya that it will change to decimal. And then 18 equal sign, and 300. Pressing another equal sign, we will get shown. But as you can see, we are looking for the absolute value. So it's just so it's just positive 40 and positive 32. So again, if you have positive 40 and positive 32 in your cards, please cross that out. Let's go to the next item. Solve for x. Sine of x plus 3 degrees is equal to square root of 3/2. This is already familiar with you, so maybe a lot of you can solve it mentally. I'll be sharing in the chat section the values that we already have. Anyone, what's the value of x for this item? So we will just use the typical calculation function or the basic calculation function. So let's wait first for the answer in the chat section. What do you think is the value of x, moms and sirs? For the it's actually a special value. It's very common to us, but there's 3 there. So we will just subtract, okay? It's actually the sine of 60 degrees, square root of 3/2. But since we have 3 there, the value of x is really 57. Showing in the calculator, we can use the shift solve function of this calculator. So we just have to encode sine x plus 3. But instead of using the typical equal sign, we will use the one in pink print or reddish pink print. So alpha and then equal sign, which is calc. Then fraction, square root of 3/2. Don't press the equal sign again. Let's just move the arrow first and then shift solve or shift calc also. Okay, pressing equal sign, we will get the value, which is actually 57. But we saw a value of 7 earlier. That's actually the previously computed value. So that's already stored in your calculator, unless you cleared the memory of your calculator. So the correct answer is actually 57. Again, if you have that value in your cards, kindly cross it out. Let's have the next value. Let's practice again the same function, shift solve function. But this time we'll do logarithm. Solve for this value. Logarithm. Again, let's allow us to share screen first. So logarithm of 1/2 x minus 2 base 2 to the base 2 is equal to 5. Okay, so we'll just encode it directly also. But we will allow you first to share the answer. What do you think is the answer here? Maybe we can encode it already while waiting for the answers. Very good. The correct answer is 66. So let's encode and check it using our emulator. Personally, as a teacher, I am really a user of emulator even before the pandemic, because sometimes it's hard for, especially senior high school, where one by one to tell them what to press. Here you can also twist it so that it would be one-line display. You can adjust with the majority of calculators of your students. Because until now, some of my students are using a one-line display calculator. So for me personally, I really love using emulator. There you go. We will encode this value. Again, you do not use the typical equal sign, but use the alpha out function and then shift solve to get the value that we are looking for, which is really 66. Great. Now, let's move on to the next value, the next item that we need to solve. Given the random sample of numbers, of the following numbers, 12, 45, 61, 34, 52, 16, 22, 48, 36, and 26. Find the sample standard deviation and get the whole number only. And do not round off, just take the whole number only. What do you think is the full number value for the sample standard deviation of this data set? Great, Ma'am Norma. Thank you for sharing that. This is one of my favorite functions of the calculator, actually, the statistics function. So let's go to menu and look for that statistics function in the calculator. So it's number 6, or if you're already familiar, just press menu number 6 for statistics, menu number 9 for table. So let's go for statistics. And then, so press equal sign. Since we already highlighted that one variable only. This can also solve Pearson R, but it's the solution is actually lengthy. Okay, so we will encode 12 equal sign, 45 equal sign, 61 equal sign, 34 equals, to encode it, 52 equals 16, 22, 48, 36, and 26. And then please press the option or OPTN function of the calculator. And then we can get the following options. So we will press number 3, the electrons, meaning the possible calculations that would be related for our values. So there you go. We have the 35.2, summation of x squared. If you need formula also, standard deviation of the population. We also have the variance of the population using the sigma, lowercase sigma for the sample standard deviation. And the sample variance also, we have n, minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile, and the maximum values. So, di ba, ang bilis lang, lahat, we can get a lot of values computed already. But for this one, we are looking for the value of the sample standard deviation, or SX here. We're getting the whole number only, so that's 16. Okay, so cross out 16 if you already have that in your calculator. Let's proceed with the next item. This is under also statistics, but we will be using the distribution function for our calculators. Given sigma is equal to 5, the mu is equal to 61. Find the area under the normal curve of P between 52 to 61. Express in percent and get the whole number only. Before when teaching this, we are using the table of values. So we distribute photocopies to our learners, and then we're gonna figure appropriate value. And then we will draw the normal curve and do the shading. But of course, right now, it's also, even if we go back to face-to-face classes, we will as much as possible limit the using similar items or same items. Different learners will use it. So we cannot really distribute photocopies and then collect it and allow other students to use it again, since the virus can be transmitted with non-living things, right? So we will eliminate those stuff. We can use this function anyway. So anyone who can get the mystery value for this item, express in percent and get the whole number only. So meaning the first 2 digits. Is also the mean. 46. Thank you, Sir James. That's the correct answer. Let us show them. So let's go back to the of our calculator. And then you can see there number 7, the distribution, the curve. This one is normal cumulative distribution. So we will press number 2, lower value is 52. Equal sign, upper value is 61. Then we will encode 5 and 61 also. Pressing equal sign, we will already get this value. But we are asked to express it in percent, so times 100, and get the whole number only. So 46%. So the correct answer is actually 46. Sir James is correct. Let's have the next item. Let's share the values first, the list of values. If the point of intersection of +2 and 5x minus 6y is equal to 2 is in actually this form, a over b comma c, what are the values of a and b? So the numerator and the denominator of the values of x, we're looking for that. Can anyone please share their answer? What do you think are the values of a and b? We'll still use the equation, function or equation function of our calculator, but we're gonna transfer negative 5x there, or we commonly call it transpose, but we're actually applying properties of equality. So 2 and 5, very good, moms and sir. The correct answer is 2 and 5. Let's solve it all together. So let's go to menu, letter A. You can use alpha and then the negative sign to go to letter A. Simulated or simulation. So number 1, number of unknowns is actually 2 because we have x and y over there. And then we will encode positive 5 equal sign. And then for the value of y is 1. Equal sign and 2. And then for the second equation, we have 5, negative 6, and positive 2. Pressing equal sign, we will get this value. This is actually the value that we're looking for. So 2 over 5. So the value of A is 2 and the value of B is positive 5. So again, if you have 2 and 5 on your cards, kindly cross it out. Meron na po bang pumupuro? Ayan, ayun, may puro na. Anong number kaya yung hinihintay nyo? Number 10. Yellow, puro din, 68. Ayan, tingnan natin sino unang lalabas, si 68 or si 10. Let's move forward with our next item. Mas marami yung pumili ng 68 ang hinihintay. We also have 10. Okay, let's have binomial probability naman po. A die is tossed 4 times. What is the probability of getting a 5 once? Expressed in terms of percent again and use the whole number only. So some are waiting for 68, some are 10, and some is looking for number 31. Later, titingnan natin kung sino yung mauuna because we'll use the randomizer function of our calculator. So, do you think is the value that we are looking for? A die or times. What is the probability of getting a 5 once? Expressed in terms of percent and use the whole number only. I just send again the list of numbers that might be crossed out already. Do you have any answer? Do you think it's 63? Six? 10? Are these the solutions or the number that you're waiting for? Okay, let's see. Go to menu and then number 7. This is binomial probability distribution. So we'll press number 4. And then we'll do variable. X is equal to 1 because we need to get a 5 once. So that's equal to 1. How many times are we doing it? 4 times. So N is 4. P is the probability of getting a 5. So that's 1 over 6 because it's a die. So 6 possible options. And we only have 1 5 there. Pressing equal sign. That is the value. That's the value that we're looking for. However, we are looking for the percent only. And we will use the whole number. So the correct answer is actually 38. That's the correct answer. Okay. So, personally, since statistics my heart, this and the statistics function is more likely that my favorite feature in the calculator. Okay, next. Let's have the next item. How about this one? Oh, we'll use the shift solve function again. Solve for x, 1/2 square root of 2, open parenthesis, x minus 20, close parenthesis, is equal to 5. So 2 times the quantity of x minus 20 is equal to 5. Again, we can use the shift solve function of our calculators for this one. Very good. The correct answer is actually 70. All right, let's show this using our emulator. So we'll just encode 1/2. Equal sign, square root of 2, open parenthesis, x, minus 20, close parentheses. Use alpha calc for the equal sign. Press 5, and then do the shift solve technique. Equal sign. So that is actually 70. My sister, who's an engineering student, is telling me that she loves this function, the shift solve function. Sabi niya, lifesaver daw talaga to. Okay? So that's the correct answer, 70. Let's move forward to the next item. Baka ito na yung hinihintay natin. Baka nandito na si 10 or si 68. Solve for x also. Absolute value of 1/5 x plus 11 is equal to 22. $55. Thank you so much. answers, and ma'am who are giving the answer. That's the correct answer that we're looking for. It's 55. So let's also show it using our emulator. Okay, so once again, we'll just do the shift solve function. Absolute value, you can see there in our calculator that is printed in yellow for the open parenthesis sign. Shift. Yeah. Para lumabas yung absolute value. 1/5 x plus 11. Then arrow lang po muna before mag-alpha equal sign or alpha calc. And then press 22. And then pressing shift solve, we will get the value given earlier by our teachers, 55. That's the correct answer. Next. O, eto na. We'll use the Casio class with random number generator. Ako po, even before pandemic, I am not using index cards for their recitation. I'm using the randomizer function. So, bawat estudyante, assign sila with a number. Then I will just randomize. Sometimes, if I want to give like treat for, let's say, may pasok ng Valentine's Day, parang paraffle ng chocolates, you can also use this one. So, we will be using the random integer since we are looking for numbers 1 to 5. So, alpha and then dot function so that it would be the random integer, the number that will be random. Then 1, let's delete it first. Comma is the close parenthesis printed in yellow. So, shift close parenthesis 75. Close parenthesis. Again, pag bingo na po kayo, just type bingo in the card color. Okay, let's press equal sign. Pwede rin na long press para parang paano talaga siya, umiikot yung different numbers. So, let's get 3 numbers here. Let's start with, okay, let's encode it again. So, random integer 1, 75. Close parentheses, and then let's press enter in your laptop or the calculator. So we got 52. That's our first additional number. We can also long press that one or just press the enter sign. Then bitaw, we will get this number. 70. Okay, wala pa tayong 72. So, 52, 72, hindi lumalabas sa inyo. Okay, let's have one more. $56. Parang wala. So, we have 52, 72, and 56. Wala pa rin bumibingo. Walang lumabas sa 68 saka 10. Let's check let's check our next item. Kung lalabas na ba yung hinihintay ng iba. The polynomial x cubed minus 5x squared minus 44x minus 16 has 2 negative and 1 positive root. Determine the positive root. Okay? Waiting daw sa 68. Ayan, lalabas na kaya si 68? Hindi kasi lumabas sa randomizer eh. What do you think is the answer for this one? What's the value of the positive root? $10. Right, Sir Van Mark is correct. Ayan, bumingo na siya. Yun pala yung hinihintay ng event, Sir JP, Ma'am Elvira shared the same answer, Ma'am Elaine. Ayan, madaming bumingo. So the winning card is actually 6 looking for 10. Let's show them that it's really 10 using our emulator. So again, we'll use the function equation feature. So we'll go with menu function and then polynomial. The degree is 3. So press 2, then 3, 1, numerical coefficients, negative 5, negative 4, Pressing equal sign, we will get the first value that we're looking for, which is 10. Nauna talaga yung 10. And the two other roots, which are negative, are actually, let's press equal sign once more. So negative 2 and one more. Congratulations sa mga nakapili ng red cards kanina. Ayan. So that's actually our winning cards. Okay? Even with calculus, you can use it for limits. Saan pa ba namin to ginagamit? Evaluation of functions, you can use that. In statistics, you can also use that one. Okay? Sige po, let us proceed with our next activity. I hope you are enjoying our activities and you have that feeling na, this one can be useful in my class. You can twist the instructions so that it would fit with distance learning or even with face-to-face learning. That might happen soon po, ano. So let's have this activity. This is our newly launched activity. By the way, if you want to get editable templates of the domino and even the other stuffs that bingo cards, we can also share it with you. Later, we will just collect your email addresses. So, that hindi na kayo mahirapang mag-layout, i-edit nyo na lang po yung mga given values. Okay, let's wait for Sir Vargas to facilitate our next activity, which is destination. Because we all love traveling, right? Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Reg. So, this is a newly launched activity. This is one of the newest technology-enhanced activities in mathematics. The group thought that will be helpful not only for you as teachers, but also for your students. Speaking of integration, we are really focused on not only using the calculators, but also with the mathematical concepts, and probably how will we integrate this in different subjects. So we introduce to you our newest activity, destination. So in this case now, although we are imagining a world that we don't have any restrictions right now, I think that we are still far-fetched from having that one. So we will have this particular tour for you and for your students, so that we can have a restrictionless travel around the world. So let me introduce to you one of the newest airlines in the Philippines, the Casio Airlines. So we will give some free boarding passes. Let us make believe that we have just to solve a boarding pass for us to go to the places that we want. But first, we will just go domestic with this one. So let Casio Airlines fly you to one of the famous destinations in the Philippines. But for you to do that, there is always a challenge for you. You must determine the latitude or the longitude, or simply the location of the place where Casio Airlines will fly you. And upon determining that, you will have your boarding pass and we will be able to go to that particular place. So in that case now, this is the first boarding pass. For the latitude, you are given 0.2089 radians. And you are going to translate or convert that into degrees, minutes, seconds north, as well as the longitude at 2.1280 radians, which will be converted to degree, minutes, seconds east. And we will now have this particular famous destinations that makes Philippines famous around the world. So here, we will just have to convert radians to degrees, minutes, and seconds. So we will just encode 0.2089. Then we have the menu. Okay? So here, we will just convert, Ma'am Reg, right? After having 0.2089, Ma'am Reg, then we will go to what key, Ma'am Reg?
Options answers so that we can
So we will go to options and then we will have this one. Yes, Ma'am Resh, thank you.
put their
Okay, so we have the hyperbolic function. I think we do not need that. Then we have the angles, or angle units, and then we have the engineering symbols. Okay, from our participants from Zoom, what do you think will be the number that we are going to use? Anyone? Any guesses now? From our part, okay, Sir Van Marks, Sir Dominador, you're correct. Yes. So we will just have 2. So here we have 1 for degrees, then we have 2 for radians, and we have 3 for gradients. So we have now, we will just press 2. So we have now 0.2089 radians. Okay? So we will now have this degree minute seconds. Sorry for that one. So we have now 0.2089 radians, equal sign first. Then we have 11.96908.834. But in that case, notice that the location or the latitude that we are going to determine is in degree, minute, and seconds. So we will just have press the key above ENG. So we have the DMS key or the degree, minute, and seconds. So we have now 11 degrees, 58 minutes, and 8.72 seconds. Let us try to see. So we have that one. Okay. And then for the longitude, so that we can, that Casio Airlines will already fly us to that destination. So we will just have again 2.1280. Okay. And then we have OPTN. We have 2. We have 2. So we have radians now. Again, equal sign. And then we have DMS. So we have now 121 degrees, 55 minutes, and 31.51 seconds. Will that be correct? So we are correct. So Casio Airlines will fly us from Manila, Philippines, assuming that we are all coming from Manila, Philippines, from the largest airports here. Will fly us to a destination at 11 degrees, 58 minutes, and 8.72 seconds north, and 121 degrees, 55 minutes, and 31.51 seconds east. Okay? So in that case now, if you have Google Maps or Google Earth with you, let us type the destination that we have determined based on our computations. Okay. I told you we're just going domestic, and welcome to one of the famous islands and the famous beaches that made the Philippines known, the Boracay Island, Philippines. Okay, let us have a virtual tour for that one. From the white sand beaches that made us famous from the rest of the world. So we are now successful in going to Aklan, Philippines for this one. So here is your boarding pass. Since you already solved and converted radians to degrees, minutes, seconds in terms of latitude and longitude, I gave you the boarding pass from the newest airline, the Casio Airlines, going to Boracay Island, Aklan, Philippines. Okay, I think you already know the functions that we are talking about here. So this is the time for you to have your own boarding pass. And let me give you a little surprise for you. This is not just in the Philippines, but we will go international. So let us start with this one. So I have here 4 boarding passes. We have here the green boarding pass, we have the pink boarding pass, we have the red boarding pass, and we have the orange boarding pass. Upon solving those, the location based on the boarding pass that are given to you, let us have that one. So let us magnify the items that you would like to solve. Let me ask you first, which boarding pass is your preference among the 4? Or pwede rin naman sigurong we have all of them. If you want to go around the world, that will be fine. Okay? Upon choosing the boarding pass that you would like to use to fly with Casio Airlines, then try to convert the radians given and in the latitude and longitude to the degrees, minutes, seconds. Okay, you may have at most at least one, but you may have all of them if you were really familiar on how to use the angle units, the conversion of angle units in the Casio emulator. Okay, upon choosing now, then after converting the location, please try to tell us, where did Casio Airlines fly you? Is that in Asia? Is that in Africa? Or maybe in Europe or in the Americas? So most of you are Sir Raul M. What's this? Green. Ma'am Carmeline, also green. Ma'am Camelia Abragan, red and green. So she preferred going to 2 different places now. That's good. I am waiting for the Region 10 teachers who would like to use all of the boarding passes. And that is possible. Okay. Sir Van Mark Tejada preferred to use the pink boarding pass. And then after solving for the location, try to tell us, try to share, where did Casio Airlines fly you? Okay, is it Sir Mayoki Lap, pink and green? Yes, Miss Hanalea, you can go. You can use all of the boarding passes. It is just a matter of how you will use the emulator in helping you having the exact locations of those countries around the world. Who would like to share now? If are there any participants who would like to share, where did Casio Airlines fly you? For example, if you choose the green boarding pass, where did it brought you? Where did it bring you, rather? Okay, I think they are still solving for that one. Okay, I'll be waiting. Just share. Oh, sir, Casio Airlines brought me to, is it Japan? Is there a country, or do we have a boarding pass for Japan, or do we have a boarding pass for the South Americas, the South American countries? Please share that in the chat panel of the Zoom meeting. Okay, I think we should wait for another minute. They are trying to explore pa with regards to that one.
Maybe while waiting, ikaw sir, meron ka bang nation na gustong i-tour given the time, the finances, and of course without restriction?
Actually,
do you
ma'am,
have a preferred nation po, sir?
yes, Ma'am Resh, actually, this pandemic brought us teachers to some hobbies, and actually, I am curious in going to South Korea, ma'am. I think,
madami talaga may gusto dyan.
Yes. Sir, done solving, where can we search the destination po? You can use Google Maps or Google Earth, sir, and then try to input the location, the degree, minutes, seconds north, and the degree, minutes, seconds east. How about you, Ma'am Reg?
Ako, I love, I want to visit Taiwan. I've never been to Taiwan pa. So, I want to visit it, or kung medyo malayo, or of New York or Spain. Yun yung mga gusto kong i-visit the nations. But personally, given an opportunity, I'm sure some teachers will agree that we can learn a lot by traveling. So ako, I really love traveling both especially dito sa Pinas, napakaganda ng country natin.
Yes.
Even minsan nakakapagod, like going on top of the mountains, but the view, the experience, it's really good. So, especially tayo po sa yung mga public school teachers or learners also want that. Kaya lang at times, hindi siya, alam niyo yun, they're restricted also even before without the pandemic because of finances. So, maybe we can help them dream
Yes.
to have things like this, no, by adding the discussions or vibes like this in our classes. Di naman natin sila i-encourage na maging lakwatsera, no? But of course, sabi nga ni Covey, sharpening the saw is also a good habit. After you
Yes.
work hard, we also need to relax.
Right,
Ayan.
ma'am. And then
So,
probably this will be a motivation for them to work hard in the future so that they can go to their dream places, ma'am, right?
Yes po. When some students tell me, ay ma'am, ang sarap mag-travel, we can encourage them, that's why you have to study hard. Para kapag nag-earn ka na, not just yourself, but even your parents, you can bring them. Kapag kasama yung parents, di ba? Super happy daw sila, lalo na pag libre mo. Di ba? So, yun.
So, hindi lang pala siya math, hindi lang pala siya AP, no? May values integration din pala tayo na you have to work hard so that your dreams will come true by having this particular activity. By destination sa heart ng Casio Philippines. Wow.
Ang dami ng gustong magpa-manifest ng pre-calcu dyan. Namamas ko na sila sa Casio, Oo, Casio Calcu Cutie daw.
May ganun ba? Kung hindi epekto yung cutie, ma'am, siguro pwedeng na lang din.
Ayan,
Casio Philippines, sad ako.
Oo, meron na nga kanina na sad daw sila. Parang
sad ako.
Gusto nilang itag daw yung Casio. Tsaka nag-Merry Christmas na sila sa Casio eh.
Nako,
Ayan, sige,
mukha di tayo makakasagot niyan, ma'am.
Parang
So,
may
I
tao tayong ituturo mamaya.
Mukha. Pero ma'am, ikaw na lang magturo, ha? Okay, thank you, ma'am. So I think, let us try to have a tour na, no, for this one. So here, we have the following destinations. Again, you will encode the destination. Probably, even in your browser, you can have just encoded or input all of the location based on degree, minutes, seconds. So ayaw nila ng QT, ayaw nila ng sad ako. Ang nakalagay dito, thank you in advance, Casio Philippines. So, tingnan natin later. But let us proceed with our activity first. Probably ito muna.
We have question pala. Ano daw mag-input sa Google Earth? You can just encode po the
Actually, ma'am, hindi na sa Google Earth, kahit sa browser. Yes.
Sa Maps. Yes, or sa browser. Yes po.
Yes. Siguro I will just wait for a minute kasi parang gusto talaga nilang hanapin eh. So pwede yung sa browser, pwedeng sa Google Map, pwedeng sa Google Earth. Pero I think mas maganda sa Google Earth kasi yung experience mo talagang 3D siya eh. Okay, Ma'am Teves, thank you, Casio team. Ma'am, wag muna kayo magpa-thank you sa amin. Marami pa kami activities. Green, Taradell, Barcelona, Spain. Let us try to see kung nandun nga siya. Okay, so let us have green. So for the green one, we have 48 degrees, 51 minutes, and 22 seconds north. We have the longitude as 2 degrees at 2 degrees, 17 minutes, and 30.59 seconds east. Tingnan natin kung saan pupunta. Tama ba yung Spain? Or si Ma'am Genero sabi sa France daw. Yes, sa Europe naman. So tama. Wow. So we are now at Paris, France, close to Eiffel Tower. So ayan. So yung mga namili ng green na boarding pass, Casio Airlines will bring you to Paris, France, where it is famous for its Eiffel Tower. And kung nakita natin dun sa Tokyo Olympics, they will be the next host for the 2024 Olympic Games. So why not? Let's dream. By 2024, some of us will go there. So here is your green boarding pass for those who were able to solve Casio Airlines, Green Casio Airlines boarding pass, Casio Airlines will fly you to Eiffel Tower, Paris, France. Okay, let us proceed now to the next one. How about the pink one? Actually, I preferred pink boarding pass earlier. I think this will bring me to my dream destination. Okay, Angelique Cagas, pink, Samcheong-ro, Jonggonu, Seoul, South Korea. Oh yes, Sir Van Mark, right? Because this pandemic brought us to K-pop culture. So it's either we really want to go to that one. And I think Sir Van Mark is telling me that he also likes pink. I don't know the reason why, sir, ha? So let us have this one. Wow, pink Korea. Okay, let us have 37 degrees, 34 minutes, and 49.09 seconds. And North. Okay, Sir Van Mark, I don't know your comment about that one. Sige. So we have 2.2162 radians. So we have 126 degrees, 58 minutes, and 44.06 seconds east. From, I don't know, please forgive me if I think this is Ma'am Orhenia Ganzan. This activity is very useful in integrating araling panlipunan in math subject. Yes, ma'am. Fried chicken, madami. Okay, Sir Van Mark, nakuha ko na yung ibig mo sabihin. So let us have input this one. Okay, we will go now. Welcome to one of the famous palaces in South Korea, the Gyeongbokgung Palace, which is one of the oldest and largest palaces in the Joseon Dynasty and one of the tourist attractions in Korea. Actually, you have to secure a schedule for a slot for going to that Gyeongbokgung Palace. So for the pink boarding pass, Casio Airlines fly you to Seoul, South Korea. Here's your boarding pass for that one. Let's go to the next one. What's this? I think. So we have the red one. So for the red one, we will have 29 degrees, 58 minutes, and 37.75 seconds north. And we have 31 degrees, 8 minutes, and 4.3 minutes east. So let us try to see that one. Again, pwede siya sa browser, pwede siya sa Google Maps, pwede siya sa Google Earth. But if I were you, dun tayo sa Google Earth para makita talaga natin. So welcome to Africa, one of the famous wonders of the world. We have a pyramid. So for the pyramid, we have okay, so we have the pyramid. They have a belief that this is a source of energy, or some when we discuss that in mathematics, we connect that to history, we connect that to sciences, we connect that to math with regards to the destination in the Pyramid of Giza. So here's your boarding pass for those who preferred red to go to the Great Pyramid of Giza, Al Giza Desert, Egypt. Desert rather, not dessert. So for orange, so we have now 36 degrees, 3 minutes, and 22.44 seconds north. And we have 112 degrees, 8 minutes, and 21.48 seconds east. So let us try to see where will the orange boarding pass fly us. And we fly to America, to USA rather, one of the famous landmarks there. Welcome. Welcome to the Grand Canyon in Arizona, USA. Okay. So that will be it. So this particular activity on destination does not only taught you about converting radian measures, going to degree, minute, second measure of the angles with the emulator, but also integrate activities for araling panlipunan or for determining location. And somewhat in the sciences, we are also using the latitude, longitude in some of the concepts. So this particular activity on destination will help you integrate more on utilizing technology and interdisciplinary integration, going to a holistic learner that we want our students to be. And with regards to that, let me bring you now to Ma'am Reg for the 5th activity. Ma'am Reg?
Okay, mukhang na-enjoy nila. We are receiving positive feedback about that activity. So kung na-enjoy po natin, sana ma-enjoy din ng mga learners natin pag inasa natin sa kanila. Okay, we still have 2 more mini activities. The 5th one is actually case closed. Like what I said po, when we thinking, ano ba yung mga possible na activities that we like? Or even the things that our students might enjoy. K-drama, we love Netflix, we love traveling, we love food. So we also, first, the core team of the people who work with a project team or Casio team actually loves playing escape rooms. I don't know if it's also popular with in Northern Mindanao, but here we have escape rooms, breakout, Escape Manila, so things like that. And those scenario is actually the inspiration of our next activity, which is called Case Close. So let's go back to our presentation first. Let's close the emulator first so that we can focus on the activity instructions po muna. Okay, so for Case Close, you can also be very creative. Like before, kung ginugroup ko yung mga students ko, I'm assigning them as agents. So some will be agent Bullet with
Ma'am, excuse
guns.
lang po, ma'am.
Yes.
Can I stop sharing for a while lang kasi meron yata akong
yes.
ano dito.
Sige, sir.
Okay.
You can
Thank you. So you may
sharing.
proceed first. You may introduce the activity first, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So again, some will be a group and the agent, blade because their weapon is sword. And when I ask my student to actually create a portfolio, and ngayon, we will also be doing this one. So for Case Close, sa mga escape rooms po, they have different themes. So like they have zombie apocalypse, they have horror, they have murder mystery or virus infection. Meron din doon na you will act like a celebrity and you have a star and you will be contained in a room. You have to solve, you have to unlock the keys, use different number combinations, and look for clues for you to be able to get out before the time stops. Kung hindi, you will die or you will be infected. Din yung mga themes sa mga escape rooms. So, like what I said, that's the inspiration of this activity. So for Case Close, for this one, we will be acting as investigator. So let's have the next slide, please. Kilala niyo pa ba itong character natin na to? Do you know the name of this character? Conan. Very good po, Conan. So each group or maybe for this session, we'll have each person will act as investigator to solve a situation. Mag-aala Conan tayo this time. Description of the situation and even suspect profiles are given. We will solve the given problems to obtain number clues. We will arrange the numbers to get information kung sino talaga yung guilty among our suspects. So this is the scenario. Supposedly, today is Generalization's birthday celebration at the XYZ Hotel. Very math problem yung dating no, ng venue, XYZ Hotel. So, ang theme natin dito ay virus spreading and military, yung theme that we took for this one. All of his family members and close friends and important colleagues in the military are invited. However, suddenly a lot of them felt different. They started doing things that they don't usually do. They started to feel different. And they discovered that it's because there's a virus spreading. So, ni-lockdown yung XYZ Hotel. And then, since military yung nature ng mga tao dun sa event na yon, they easily trim down different suspects. So, suspects were identified from the guests and their profiles were given to you in hopes that you can identify the source of the virus. Actually, the source of the virus is really challenging the investigators to figure out who he or she is. He or she even left clues for us. But because of the skills of the participants or the guests on that party, we were able to trim down 5 major suspects. Let's get to know one by one. First one is Major Lina Magdangal. She is 26 years old. Her birthday is February 26, 1995. Her height is 163 centimeters and her weight is 60 kilograms. She's very good in mixing chemicals. Did she mix certain chemicals that contains the virus? That's why it spread in the venue. We will discover later on. Suspect number 2, Chief Hong Kong. Sino naman si Chief Hong Kong? He's 27 years old. His birthday is April 18, 1994. He is 172 centimeters high. He is 64 kilograms for his weight, and he's good in creating bombs. Baka nag-spread yung virus nung nagpa-fireworks dun sa birthday. Let's see. Sino naman si suspect number 3? Let's get to know the third suspect. Si Captain America. She's 33 years old. Her birthday is May 25, 1988. Height is 165 centimeters and weight is 59 kilograms. She's very good in handling guns. Did she utilize that skill to spread the virus? We'll know later on. Suspect number 4, Inspector Casio Dalisay, the Immortal. He is 33 years old. Birthday is February 26, 1988. His height is 178 centimeters and the weight is 66.5 kilograms. He's very good in utilizing knives. Baka nasa knives na ginamit ng dinner yung virus. Let's check. Or baka naman si suspect number 5, si Private Benjamin. Okay. He is 26 years old. Birthday is February 29, 1995. The height is 167 centimeters and the weight is 61.5 kilograms. He's good in strategic planning. Did he really strategize to spread the virus in the event? We will later on discover. Okay, let's move to the next part of the investigation. So here's our mission. We have to solve different items to figure out who's really the virus spreader. The source of the virus left clues everywhere, and he or she really wanted us to unlock it by solving different mathematical problems. He even sent a letter for us. The virus spreader says, "The virus I have needs to be spread and shared. I hope you won't stop it." Gusto niya talagang mag-spread yung virus. If you are asking what needs to be done, fine, and let's talk about it. Right now, I want to talk about the center and spread of the virus. Are you interested in this kind of conversation? Yes, then that's great news because I've prepared discussion points for you. Okay, so we are talking about the center and spread of virus. In relation to math, we will be talking about the center or measures of central tendency and spread, the measures of spread. So for this activity, we will be solving measures of central tendency and measures of spread. We'll apply statistics here. But again, this is also Plexi. You can also use different lessons for this one. Okay, let's look for the first clue. By the way, we will be sharing with you the profile once again. Maybe you can take or you would like to take the screenshot first. May ka-birthday daw ni Sir si Benjamin. Okay, so please take a screenshot kasi the virus spreader told us that if we get certain number clues, that can lead us to him or her by using certain information about him or her. So please take a screenshot or take note of the profiles of our top 5 suspects. Okay, let's now solve the first clue. So this is the first part of the letter that was given. So we will be solving for the mode and the sample standard deviation of this one. 17, 20, 19, 24, and 19. But there's also a PS part sa note. Ano ba yung sabi sa PS part? Can we show our participants what's that by clicking on our presentation? Yes, we have to remove the decimal part of the completed value. Of course, this is ungroup data. We can easily determine the mode or the most frequently appearing data in the set. What's the mode for this one? 17, 20, 19, 24, and 19. Can you please share the value of the mode? Yes, thank you, mga moms and sir. The value of the mode is actually 19. Now we will be solving for the sample standard deviation, or S, subscript of X. We've introduced the statistics function earlier, so maybe you can give me the value also. So our first clue is actually 9. What's our second clue? Remember to remove the decimal part of the computed value. So we will be using the statistics function of our calculator. 2, correct. Then the second clue is actually 2. So we have 19 and 2. Let's show them how to see it, or let's show the computation using our emulator. So press number 1 variable calculation. Then we will just encode 17, 20, 19, 24, and 19. And then OPTN. Number 3, variable calculation, and arrow down to get the value of the sample standard deviation, variance, which is actually 2.5884, but we just need the computed value. So, we have to remove the decimal part of the computed value. We'll just get the whole value, which is 2. So the first pair of clue is 19 and 2. Let's proceed with the second set of values. So tingin nyo, sino kaya yung more likely may chance dyan? Ang daming may 19. Kasi lahat sila 1990s pinanganak. 2, marami ring may 2. Except maybe si Captain America. So maybe we can eliminate her already. We only have 4 options left now. Let's proceed with the second set of clue. Now we will be solving for the mean and the range of this one. 84, 92, 93, 96, and 110. What do you think is the value of the mean, and what do you think is the value of the range? Range is obtained, of course, by subtracting the lowest value from the highest value. So we will use the minimum and maximum values in this data set. Range is 26 and mean is 95. Actually, the range is 26, that's right, and 95. Okay, let's show them. You can just edit the data that you encoded, or you can go back again to menu and then press statistics. So it's up to you, whichever is preferred. So we already have 4 clues right now. We have 19, 26, and 95. So we will edit the set that we encoded earlier. So we have 84, 92, 93, 96, and 110. Then go back to options or OPTN. Number 3, the value of the mean is actually 95. And to get the value of range, sige, down. Maximum value first, which is 110, minus the minimum value, which is 84. So we got 26. Yan, feeling nila si Major Lina Magdangal ang suspect. Ang dami nang nagsasabi. Pero may nagsabi din na si Benjamin. We will see. So we're just torn between the two suspect? Is it Major Lina Magdangal or Private Benjamin? Let's discover by having the third set of clues. Again, our number clues are 19, 2, 95, and 26. So it's a battle between Major Lina Magdangal and Private Benjamin. Let's see. So we have 167, 154, 126, 200, and 188. Solve for S and median. What do you think is the last pair of clue? Median is 167, correct. By the way, we also have to remove the decimal part and get the full value only. Do not round off, just get or take the full part. All right, so we get 167 and 29. Ayan, binawi na nila na pagkita yata si Major Lina Magdangal. Si Benjamin daw pala talaga yung suspect. Let's see. Let's check first if 167 and 29 are the correct values. So in code 167, then 154, we have 126, 200, and 188. Options, one variable calculations. And there you go. We have arrow down first, median 167, and the whole part is 29. Ayan, binawi na nila. Hindi pala talaga si Major Lina Magdangal. So let's go back to our slide. Let's close our emulator first. The one who's guilty is actually Private Benjamin. Okay, parang nagsama yung local character at si Korean character, no? So we've got the following number clues. Let's zoom the profile of Private Benjamin. He's really the one who's guilty. We found out who's the source of the virus. It's Private Benjamin, the birthday, the height, and even the age, okay? But when confronted him, he told us that it's okay to spread it because the virus that he's spreading is not deadly. It's a love virus. So spread love naman pala ang plano ni Benjamin. Magaling talaga magplano. He's very strategic. All right, so that ends our case close activity. We will proceed with the last activity that we prepared for you. Takot naman tayo. Go back to Sir Vargas. Let's go back to Sir Gab.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So we will now go to our Kahoot. So in this particular activity, I assume you are very much familiar with this. So just a challenge for you, some of the questions in our Kahoot activity are not really introduced in the past presentations, but they are just basic features of the calculator that we teachers must know when we are utilizing it in formulating mathematical literacy to our students. So we will start now. Do we have, I think, okay. Is the sound clear, ma'am, Reg?
I think there's no sound, but maybe when they use it in their device, there will be sound. So just go to kahoot.it and please encode this game pin. Maybe we will just ask the assistance of the coordinators from Division of Misamis, right?
Yes.
Since they're coordinating with us, with the Casio team also, to take note later who's the top 3 winners. So maybe we can give them some, Casio can give you some discount vouchers if you would like to purchase now. So we'll be receiving vouchers po. Okay, let's wait for a few participants muna, Sir Gab.
Yes, so far we only have 3 siguro. Okay, 4. Why is Benjamin in here, Ma'am Reg? I think he's the virus spreader earlier.
Ako, nakilala na nila na si Benjamin ng BTS daw yan.
Ah, iba.
Yes po, we use characters like Chief Hong sa Korean drama. Sometimes I'm also layouting my presentation na Messenger style or Netflix style. Ganyan. Kasi tuwang-tuwa yung mga bata if they can see yung mga opa at saka bias daw nila sa mga K-groups.
Yes. Mas nabubuhayan sila kapag ganon.
Actually ako, I'm not very familiar with performers, though I watch certain dramas. Pero nakikilala ko sila, pati yung mga color coordination nila dahil sa mga estudyante.
Yes.
So, we're learning also from them.
Yes. Di ba nga sabi nga ma'am, sometimes we have to be to go inside their world para maano natin yung gusto natin makuha sa kanila. So that will be one of the ways.
Ma'am Reg and Sir Gab.
Yes po.
So we will be declaring 3 winners.
Yes,
for
sir.
this activity. So 3 winners. So we'll just take note of those winners. Okay po.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Ayan, medyo madami na, pero hintayin na lang natin pa. Siguro few seconds pa.
Yes.
Let's wait for a few more seconds, sir.
Let me identify some of the names here with South Korean influences. So we have Cookie. I think Cookie is from BTS also. We have CL from a band, I think. So I think in 1 minute, ma'am, we can start.
By the way, I will be sharing a link po for Google Form so that we can collect your email addresses. Please give us 1 week to send po. Kung wala po kayong na-receive na access, you can email at atasho.projectteam@gmail.com. Okay? Pero I'll share na rin po the Google Form link so that we can easily collect your email addresses.
Okay, ma'am, I think we can start now. Okay,
Yes,
with
sir.
25 participants, we will start now our last but exciting activity. Welcome to Casio Team Teachers Edition. Question number 1. So for question number 1, you will be asked to solve 4 or simplify 5 halves, minus 1 and 4/5, all over 3 and 2/3, minus 2 and 1/5. 1/5 rather. Is it red for 21 over 44, orange for 17 over 16, blue for 17 over 26, or green for negative 45 over 154? We only have 10 seconds, but only 3 answers are here. Okay. So the correct answer is 21 over 44. So let us try to see who are the leaders as of the moment. So Hildeon Reed with 974 points, followed by Annabelle and then Lot. Let us proceed now to question number 2. What is the 8th root of the cube of 390,625? Is it 8, 225, 125, or 625? Okay, teachers, keep your answers coming. We can do more than that. Okay, we have more responses now for our second question. Okay. Wow. For this one, we have 16 teachers who got it correct. The answer is 125. Let us see who are now our leaders. It is still Hildeon Reed with 1,865 points, followed by Lot, Che, Japoy, and Miss. Let us proceed now to question number 3. Question number 3, what is the prime factorization of 2022? Is that 2 times 2 times 3 times 167? Will it be 2 times 3 times 3 times 119? Or 2 times 3 times 327? Or 2 times 3 times 337? Take note that we already studied it and it is incorporated in the Dalgona activity of Ma'am Reg earlier. We only have a second and time's up. And the correct answer is 2 times 300 times 337 times 3. So we have 7 teachers who got it correct. Let us see now who are our new, or do we have our new leader? Okay, it is still Hildeon Reed, followed by IRL, Ranel, Lot, and Che. Let us proceed now to question number 4. So for question number 4, what are the values of the mean and population standard deviation of the dataset 4, 7, 12, 16, 19, and 11? Will that be the mean as 11.5 and standard deviation of 5.54? Will that be a mean of 11.5 and standard deviation of 5.06? A mean of 11.5 and a standard deviation of 25.58? Or a mean with 11.55 and standard deviation at 30.7? Okay, time's up. Wow, majority got it correct, 11. And that is 11.5 and standard deviation of 5.06. Let us now see who are the leaders. It is still Hildeon Reed, followed by Lot. Benjamin, the spreader of the virus, is at number 3. We have Wendy and Kay. Let us proceed now to question number 5. So for question number 5, we will be asking you to approximate the value of 1/3 logarithm of 27 to the base 5 minus logarithm of 4 to the base 5 in 4 decimal places. Will that be negative 0.1787 for red, 1.5440 for orange, negative 0.6986 for blue, or 5.2821 for green? Okay. And the answer is negative 0.1787. And we have our new leader. We have Kay with 2,175 points. Let us proceed now to question number 6. Solve for the summation of the square of the binomial 2x plus 3 as x goes to the integer values 1 to 8. Is that 230, 1,230, 320, or 1,320? Please be careful with the choices. They are a little confusing on your part. Although we didn't discuss this one as a function, but it is one of the basic functions of the calculator. And the answer is 1,320. Let's go. Our new leader is K at 2,899. Up 15 places is Sam Debe. And he or she is the highest climber now. Question number 7. What are the roots of 1/4 x squared minus x equals 1? Is that negative 2 or 2? Is that negative 2 minus 2i or 2 plus 2i? Is that 2 minus square root of 2 or 2 plus square root of 2? Or negative 1/2 or 1/2? Again, if we can still recall, this is related to the domino activity that we have earlier, the second activity that is facilitated by yours truly. So we have 25 responses, 26. So the correct answer is 2 minus square root of 2 or 2 plus square root of 2. Let us see now our leaderboard. It is still K with 2,899. She, Lot, Sam Debe, the highest climber earlier, and Hildeon Reed to round up the top 5 finishers as of question number 7. Proceed now to question number 8. So for question number 8, what is 0.6596 in degrees, minutes, seconds? This is introduced to you, the function of the calculator is introduced to you in the destination activity. Will that be 27 degrees, 37 minutes, or 32.27 seconds? Or will it be 38 degrees, 46 minutes, 32.27 seconds? Or will it be 37 degrees, 47 minutes, 32.27 seconds? or 47 degrees, 37 minutes, and 32.27 seconds. 24 responses. And the correct answer is 37 degrees, 47 minutes, and 32.27 seconds. And 9 of the participants got it correct. And it is still Kay and She occupy the top 2 places, followed by Jen, Ranel, and Lot. Proceed now to question number 9. So for question number 9, you are asked to find the zeros of P of X is equal to X cubed plus 10X squared plus 29X plus 20. Will that be negative 5, negative 4, 0, 1, 4, 5, negative 5, negative 4, negative 1, negative 5, negative 4, 1. Okay, we still have 10 seconds, 19 answers. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming, my co-teachers. Okay. Keep it going. 1 second, 30 answers. And the correct answer is negative 5, negative 4, and negative 1. Let us try to see if we have a new leader after question number 9. And I am right. We have a new leader. Our new leader now is Ranel with 3,031 points. We have Kay. We have Van, who has a streak of 3 correct answers in a row. She and Jen. Let us proceed now to question number 10. Find f of negative 2, f of 1, and f of 4 respectively if f of x is equal to x plus 1 all over 2x minus 5. Will that be 1/9, 2/3, 5/3, 1/9, negative 2/3, 5/3, negative 1/9, 2/3, negative 5/3, 1/9, negative 2/3, negative 5/3. Again, the choices are now confusing, but the table function will help you solving it in an easier way. Okay, 31 answers. And the correct answer is 1/9, negative 2/3, and 5/3. And 7 of our co-teachers from Region 10 got it correct. Let us see now our leaderboard. And we have a new leader, Van, with the highest answer streak of 4 with 3,438, followed by Aristotle, Ranel, Kay, and She. We still have our questions. Question number 11. For double points. Find the values of A and B if the solution set of the inequality 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 is less than 0 is of the form x is greater than the binomial a plus 5 but less than the binomial b minus 2. Will that be a equal to negative 3 and b equal to 1/2, a equal to negative 8, or b is equal to 1/2, a equals negative 3, b equals 5/2, or a equals negative 8 and b is equal to 5/2. Okay, you still have 30 seconds. Please take note that this is a double point question. Okay, we still have enough time for you to answer. 15 seconds, 30 answers. I think we are just waiting for the last one. Oh, we have 32 participants, 33, 34. Okay. And time's up. The correct answer is A equals negative 8 and B equals 5/2. The last question is also a double point question, but will it be with the help of our emulator or will just be a trivia question for all of you? Let us try to see. Our new leader is Ranel, again with 4,157, followed by Kay, Jo, Van, and Aristotle. Last question, question number 12, for double points. What is Casio's first product? Will that be a slipper? Will that be a watch, a typewriter, or a pipe? You told us earlier that you love Casio Philippines, then prove to us your love by answering this correctly. And I am right. Most of you assume that the first product of Casio is a watch, but probably later when we have our boss in the Casio Education Philippines, he can give some trivia about the Casio's first product, which is the pipe or the Ubiwa pipe. Let us now have our top finishers for the Kahoot activity. Congratulations at third place, Ranel. Second place, Benjamin. And the first place is Van. Probably you must message the organizers of this activity so that we can get your real name or your full name, that just like Ranel, Benjamin, and Van. So hopefully those 6 activities you find it enjoyable and you can apply it when you go to your classes, whether online or face-to-face in the near future. But hopefully we give you some innovative ideas in utilizing the calculator in developing the mathematical literacy and thinking skills of your students. In that way, thank you. Ma'am Resh, do you have anything?
Oh, that ends our training proper for this morning. We hope you had fun. Hindi na feel na sayang yung Saturday nyo. Na sana nagpahinga na lang kayo, but you also got some ideas on how, on what activities can we deliver to our classes so that it can make it interactive or it can add really the element of fun in learning. Kasi yun naman talaga yung goal namin sa Casio team, to put the element of fun while learning mathematics. So again, thank you so much. We hope you can still be connected after this training. You can get certain video tutorials, links for activities, and even future trainings. We have a lot of free trainings for fellow educators and math learners also. You can get information from the official Casio page of, from official Facebook page of Casio Philippines. That's Casio Calculators Philippines. So please like and follow. And that's all. We are very happy for this run. So sana kayo din po. And thank you so much, Region 10.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Regina Esquilla and Sir Gab Vargas, for sharing your time and most especially your knowledge and expertise about this class quiz. And sigurado po ako na nag-enjoy ang ating mga teacher participants this morning. Personally, like what I said kanina, we tend to forget how important pa din ang calculator nowadays, especially in teaching. Usually, nakikita lang po natin ang calculator sa tindahan. Kahit nga sa mga tindahan, di na po natin malimit makita ang calculator. Pero this morning, with your discussions and training this morning po, Ma'am Reg and Sir Gab, we actually are given that amazing idea that calculator is very useful in teaching pa din. So maraming salamat po sa inyo. And of course, sa Casio Philippines, maraming salamat po, Casio, sa pag-alala niyo po sa aming mga guro sa matematika. And honestly po, mathematics is a difficult subject to teach. Aminin po natin. Especially ang mathematics po sa high school. Kahit na master na po natin lahat ng strategy sa pagtuturo, pero it is not a guarantee that our learners will really learn from us since they come to us in different packages. I mean, they have their individual needs, kung paano dapat turuan at kung paano sila matututo from us. So, ang hirap talaga. Pero I am sure that with all the things that we learned from our webinar today, sigurado po akong matutulungan po tayong mga teacher. At least man lang mapagaan ng maraming kilo ang challenges na ating dinaranas ngayon, most especially in terms of teaching mathematics. So, I am sure that the participants don't have questions anymore. And I'm sure that you have understood very well the discussions this morning. So maraming salamat po sa ating speakers ngayon, mga Casio technical teachers in the persons of Ma'am Regine May Esquilla and Sir Gabriel Vargas II for generously extending your help to the junior and senior high school mathematics teachers with the help of Casio Classmates. I'm sure that with the techniques that you imparted to us, and that's with Casio Education, of course, we are already empowered or more empowered to empower as well our learners. So once again, maraming salamat po. I am reminding our dear participants to fill out the online attendance form through the link sent to the chat box in Zoom and in the comment section on the FB Live post. Iba din po yung link na binigay ng mga speaker po natin kanina to collect your email addresses. So for those who have filled out already, thank you for your cooperation. And for those who have not yet, please do so. And regarding the Casio emulator application, for those who have not downloaded yet and installed it yet, you may check the link in the chat panel, but you may also visit the regional memorandum. The link is found there actually, para naman po ma-apply po natin ang learnings po natin dito sa in our respective classes po. And should you have questions or clarifications that will pop up later after the webinar, you may communicate to them through email. Binigay po nila sa atin kanina ang email ad. And for those who logged in late or who didn't manage to attend our webinar this morning due to inevitable circumstances, please don't worry. You may replay the recording found in the official page of Region 10. To officially end our virtual activity this morning, may I call on the Casio specialist and the department head. Please help me welcome Sir Joel Serrano. Sir Joel Serrano, are you with us? Sir Joel Serrano? Sir Joel, not allowed to unmute. Sir Frederick Dilig, maybe we can let Sir Joel speak. He cannot enable.
Sir, maybe while we're waiting for Sir Joel, I saw a question po sa chat. Bakit daw po German yung language ng calculator niya, ma'am? I'm not sure if it's ma'am or sir. Pero please utilize lang po the country source and then you can select language and you can also select different variations of calculators there. So please look lang po for the appropriate version of the calculator as well as the language and the language and the source country po for that calculator. So you need to download po again the right version po.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Yes, ma'am. So while waiting for Sir Joel to manage to speak, maybe we can let, I am not, Ma'am Sir Gab and Ma'am Reg, maybe we can let them chat their email addresses so that it will be easy for us to contact them. To Sir Ranel, Sir Benjamin, and Sir Van so that they can claim their prizes. Let's wait muna for Sir Joel Serrano.
Yes po, patype na lang po ng names, siguro ng top 3, and then we
Sir
will
Ranel,
forward it to Casio team po.
Sir Ranel, Sir Benjamin, and Sir Van, please do type in your email addresses, chat it in the Zoom chat panel so that it will be easy for the Casio Philippines to contact you and for you also to claim your prizes. So our web, I think it's not yet okay regarding sa microphone po ni Sir Joel. So our webinar training this morning is sponsored by Casio Education of Casio Calculator Philippines, which is committed to providing educational solutions that will enhance both teaching and learning in classroom now in the virtual environment since we have this pandemic nowadays. And indeed, it is really a big help to us mathematics teachers, especially nowadays when houses are transformed to academic rooms and our supervision and monitoring over our learners become limited due to the restrictions. So may Na-chat na po ba ng mga top 3 winners natin ang kanilang okay? Thank you po, Sir Van.
Sir, sabi po ni Sir Joel, ako na lang daw po, type niya na lang po yung message niya for the teachers. So, allow me to read it. Ayong adlaw sa tanan. First of all, I would like to express my full appreciation to the ever-supportive officials of Region 10 to make this collaboration a reality. Dr. Nympha Lago, Dr. Hapona, SDS, Dr. Jonathan De La Peña, to our MC, Sir Al, and of course to Sir Kakayan. And shout out to Teacher Alfred Mark Aguilor for intangible role to push this program. And thank you to our FASIs, Ma'am Estilia and Sir Vargas. DepEd Region 10 is close to my heart since Casio got so many friends from your different divisions, especially from our constant and solid partner, DepEd Cagayan de Oro. Shout out to Sir Romeo Aclo and Sir Maghuyo. Educational support takes many forms: in-depth calculator guides, software tools, classroom-ready materials, video guidance, reports from teachers and schools, and academic research on calculator usage in education. The site offers support to teachers at various levels. Inexperienced teachers might need help getting started with efficient calculator use or with classroom activities that they can use with confidence. More experienced teachers will be helpful, may be of help by detailed advice on the calculator's place in the school curriculum and by considering their own practices in light of the experiences of other teachers. All teachers will find helpful the classroom presentation software, calculator updates, and add-in modules to ensure that they are taking advantage of the latest refinements in calculators for their respective classes. An important feature of the support offered to teachers on this site is that it grows dynamically with contributions encouraged and accepted from teachers in many countries. Again, daghang salamat, and we hope to see you face-to-face soon when education is allowed face-to-face. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It has been a learning field morning with Casio Education, and we thank you for joining us on this Saturday morning. Maraming salamat po sa mga kapwa ko guro sa pakikibahagi sa umagang ito in Zoom and FB Live for your impressive interaction and cooperation. To the technical team of Region 10 and Misamis Oriental, to the division of Misamis Oriental for successfully hosting the event, SDS Jonathan De La Peña and EPS in Math, Giants Kakayan. Of course, to RD Arturo Bayopot for competently leading DepEd Region 10 and for being instrumental to the realization of this activity. And to Casio Education, of course, sa pamumuno ni Sir Joel Serrano, maraming salamat po sa oportunidad na binigay niyo po sa mga guro sa matematika na matuto ng mga bagong kaalaman at strategiya sa pagtuturo ng asignatura. God bless po sa inyong lahat. Once again, thank you very much, teachers. Let us remain steadfast in our love for our profession and continue sending love and hope and inspiration to our learners during this time. This has been Alfiel Macarulay from Hasaan North District of the Division of Misamis Oriental, your host this morning. God bless po sa lahat. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, teachers, and happy weekend.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you po, Ma'am and Sir. Thank you, Casio Philippines. Shout out